Hello, good morning. And I thought there'd be two things I'd like to look at this morning. I've got a raft of teaching shortly, and so therefore some of my videos are going to be a bit late today. But the first thing is this: I was looking at Sean Atwood, who's a buddy, and congratulations on the move, and delighted to see that you're back and up and well. And in your first live, Sean, you talk about Nostradamus, so I thought I should do the same thing. I'm a great fan in the esoteric, the arcane, the the peculiar. I think is probably the best way of talking about it. I like it. I don't give very much credence to it, but I find secret societies and all that sort of stuff. I was a great fan of the second great book by what's his name is Umberto Eco, Foucault's Pendulum, which is simply a riot. And rather than remaking the film of The Name of the Rose, which was done rather poorly, I thought, with Rupert Everett, the much better option would have been to have made a film of Foucault's Pendulum. Difficult, but I think significantly more rewarding, and it anticipates so much of the stuff that Dan Brown then made his own, but it's more classy, and it's entertaining, and the MacGuffin in the book turns out to be a MacGuffin. It sort of goes nowhere, but it takes you along with it in a bumpy ride of fascination, and it's like it's a book that in so many ways anticipated the internet and the World Wide Web, and the ability to just go and consult information, grab information, and pool it together, and then draw slightly inane conclusions. So Nostradamus is certainly something that figures on my horizon. Nostradamus, the prophecies of Malachi, and so on. The pictures of the Pope around the Basilica. And the 16th century astrologer who used to look into water and divine the future by looking into water, he wrote a book published in about 1555 called The Prophecies, and I think it was published posthumously. And he said that in 2024 the king will be driven out by force, the king of the Isles driven out by force, replaced by one who will have no mark of a king. Well, of course, the problem with the prophecies of Nostradamus is that they're intensely difficult to unravel. And although there are lines which can be drawn out, they're so intermixed with so many other things. But various people, there's a person called Mario Redding, who says that because they disapprove his divorce, a man who later they considered unworthy, the people will force out the king of the islands. A man will replace him who never expected to be king, and that's assumed to be Prince Harry. Nostradamus does get the death of the late Queen, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, almost bang on. He says that she will die around the age of 96, well, at least according to Mario Redding. And as I say, you tend to get these prophecies in their interpreted form, and they all sound very specific and very accurate. But when you look at the original quatrains, they are far from the mark. And I think in this particular case, they are far from the mark. So I don't think anybody should get that worried.